Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing this face and using all new makeup. If you want to see what new makeup went on my face, then just keep watching. I have two different eye primers on today because I'm curious about something. But today's eyeshadow is going to come from one of these four new 9 pens. Is that what they are? Yeah, 3 times 3 is 9. We have Electric Pink, Beachy, which I really want, but I'll probably go with Electric Pink today because of what I'm wearing. Earthy? I could go for Earthy today. And Jewels. I'll see if I can get some swatches tomorrow and put them in here, but we got a really fast-paced day going today, so I need to get going. Sigma sent this stuff over to me. I don't think this one is, but I think this one is a new brush. Okay, this is an E57. I might be losing it, okay, but I think it is. It looks like a baby E55 from your Glitzy Fritzy Essential Eye Set. Here's the E55. Here's the E57. So if you were having a problem with this being too big, look at that. Well, I looked on their website and it doesn't say new on it. So I don't know how this has escaped me. But if you have hooded eyes, you have a problem with the E55 being too big, go for this one. We're going to use that today. And I think since it's clean and sitting here, we'll go ahead and use this one, which I don't know. It looks like a littler E25 or something. What is that? It's an E24. Who knows their brushes? No. Let's do the transition first. I'm going to go into bright and set that down because otherwise I'll think there's a mirror in there. And just pat that right across between my crease and my brow bone. I don't expect there to be any problems with this because it's Sigma and I don't know, they've like hit gold when it comes to finding a formula. So I don't expect this to be a problem. But it is bothering me that there's so many of these sparkly things in here. But who asked me, right? Nobody cares what I think. Then I think I'll just come right there. I need to pay attention to these primers. So this eye definitely does look more pigmented, doesn't it? That's what I thought. I got to thinking the other day that I wonder if the eyeshadow primer I'm using is why all of a sudden my shadows aren't showing up very well. And I thought, no, because it feels good, like a primer should. Looks like there really might be a difference in the way pigment shows up. Look how much, yeah, okay. So, there's that. Let's put some more over here and try to even that out. This is from the Glitzy Fritzy Essential Eye Set, your E36. Just skate here on the perimeter of my eye. Mary Ellen likes it when I say perimeter. No, she doesn't. She likes it when I say outskirts. On the outskirts of my face. So on the outskirts of my eye, I'm just going to put this here. I notice I say skate a lot when I edit. I'm like, why do you keep saying that? I'm just going to skate this over here. I don't know where the terminology that I am using comes from, but yeah. Don't ask about the primers because I'm keeping that to myself for right now. I want to do more than just Sigma eyeshadows with it, but I have been noticing. And, you know, if you just can't stand knowing, go to the last Wasted and Glitzy Fritzyville video and look and see what the primer was that I put in the basket to use. It's that one. Okay. I've been noticing that particular primer, all of a sudden eyeshadows that I know are really pigmented, I have to keep applying. And I thought, what? Is it the primer? I think it's the primer. Now, there's probably a very good reason why you don't see anybody doing this, so please don't do it. But I'm in a hurry, and I just want to see if this lash glue, if I was to put this on my eyes and then put shadow over it, and it's sparkly shadow, is it going to hang on to every single bit of it better than the glitter glue? What I mean by better than the glitter glue is, like, when I use glitter glue, the sparkles still get all over my face. So are these going to hold on to it? What should we do? When you turn this around, it's got some purple in it. I think I'm oh my gosh, hurry up. I've got that lash glue. Wow. But is it gonna, you know, make my eyes stick? That probably wasn't a good thing to try when I'm in a hurry. But woohoo! Let's put a little bit of it right here and see if it looks the same or if that glue, yeah, it kind of looks the same. All right. I've got to put some of that glue over here because it's not making my eyes stick. I mean, it's probably not a good idea to do this, but you know, if you have a good makeup remover like Bifacil, it'll take it right off. So, I just want to see. Earlier, I was having this talk with myself, and I was like, self, do you think that makes sense? And myself said, yeah, it kind of does. This mascara was told to me by one of you, and it's this Maybelline Lash Discovery. She said it's got a real tiny brush on it. Yeah, that's a very tiny brush. That's tinier than any brush that I've got so far. I can even come underneath my lashes and do that. I don't know, of course, if I'm going to like this formula, but that's a dinky little brush for sure. Probably the smallest brush I've ever seen for mascara. We'll have to see how this does today. This could be a mascara that I buy again and again. It didn't cost very much, but let's see how it does on the upper lashes. I think I got a little lash glue in my lashes, actually. This would be excellent to sweep mascara on the underneath side, and I bet if you have hooded eyes that you would appreciate a little brush like this to keep mascara off of your lids, especially if you're going on the underneath side. Yeah, I think I got a little bit of glue in my lashes. This might make a really good primer for other mascaras. Definitely hanging on to this brush, though. After this tube is gone, we will hang on to the brush. I'm going to take one of my other mascaras and go over the top of this, do my brows, and I'll be back so we can do the face stuff. Okay, I did want to report that I went into this shade right there, which is Spotlight, and I spotlighted. Next time I use this palette, that's going on my lid. That is so pretty. But let's talk about this while I'm shaking up my foundation and stuff, which is not new, but it goes along with all the new stuff I've got here from Haus Labs, because ever since I tried this, I've wanted to try the other stuff. So, wow, there ain't none on my face. Wow, that's encouraging right there, which means that if it stays right here, then I'll just be able to take an eye makeup remover and get it all. It's when it falls down on my face and clogs up my little pores, say, that I have a problem. But anyway, I don't necessarily think you should do that. Maybe if you want to do liner. Now, there you go. Put it like here, like you would your lash glue, and then stamp it with sparkles across it. Editing Mary here. Update. I wore this all day. At the doctor's, I was even rubbing my eye. Not hard enough that it would have moved, but it didn't even come off on my finger. Later, I went out with my mom and sister to get my nails done and out to dinner. And I got home about 10 p.m., searched my face. Not one speck had fallen to my face. Moreover, the sparkles didn't travel up into my crease and wind up under my brow. I then took a cotton round with Bifacil on it, and 2 swipes later it was all gone, glue and all, without ever leaving my eye. I personally have never had a glitter glue that behaved that well. When I use glitter glue, it holds it decent on my lid, but blinking through the day will transfer it up to my brow. And there's always a little sparkle that falls down during the day from blinking and just kind of lightly rubbing my eyes. And then of course there's the mess when I remove it all, but not so with this Lash Glue. But doing what I've done here, this eye in particular, because the skin hangs down a little more, it's like glued it. This side not having such a problem with. So if you don't have hooded eyes, or you don't have skin that hangs down, this thing might work for you. I don't know, but look it up. There might be a really good reason why people don't do that. Of course there is, but I wouldn't mind doing this again for a very special occasion where I needed to wear, or wanted to wear, something really sparkly on my eyes, but wanted to make sure it didn't get everywhere else. Yeah, but like I said, read and you do you. Don't blame me if you get your eyelids stuck together. All right, so I got 2 pumps of this, and let's go. Whoa, that looks a lot more yellow than it did before when I used it. I need to see if I can get a new shade in that, I think. But yeah, anyway, I love this foundation. I love the finish. I love the way it goes on. I did not put on a concealer because I have so much going on with my eyeshadow. That's one thing. If you get your eyeshadow look to be dazzling enough, if you don't have any more than I do to cover up, because your eyes are so dark that people don't necessarily notice it. I'm going to go ahead and come down here a little bit because, heck, this is not an exact shade match for me, is it? Alrighty, now I'm so excited because I've not even opened this stuff. I don't even know what it looks like or anything. It's so exciting. We're going to do it together. This is the powder. What does it say about this? It says Haus Tech powered, which they've trademarked. I don't know what that means. Also fermented with arnica and plant squalene. It's talc free. It says use a fluffy powder brush or sponge, press into the mesh. Oh no, it's got mesh, which is good for not making a mess. But I have discovered that the closer you get to the end of it, not so much. It's hard to get out. Let's open it up. See what she looked like. Ooh, that's sleek, isn't it? Same as the cap of the foundation, how it's got that. See, I got translucent, so there we go. We need to pull this little doohickey off here. Let's go ahead and try with a brush. This one's kind of fluffy. I usually use this for blush, but it fits in there perfect. I'm just going to put it on my nose and see what she look like. She look pretty. The powder. And let's take some of this right here. It's not really going to work so hot if you put it in the cap because of that. But that is so that when you put this lid down there, it squashes that mesh and keeps it from going everywhere so that you open it up and it's not messy. But what if I want to shake it out of there? I'm not going to be able to. All right, well, I think they kind of really want you to use a brush to do this, but I like to pack her in. That really kind of cramps my style a little bit. I want to be able to get that out of there in the cap. And if I do that, it's going to go down in here. If I like bang it off in there, it's going to go down in here. And I can't really get in there with my sponge. So, I don't know how they wanted you to use a sponge, but let's just use the brush. What I didn't think about was, what if this makeup doesn't go right and I have to go to the doctor looking like this? They're already going to think, what party are you going to? Probably when I get there. So, virtually every time they see me, I don't have on any makeup. But today, let me be going to a party. So now we're going to try the bronzer. Oh, we got a gold packaging for this one. It's matte, rubbery, kind of on the top. I'm going to go ahead and stick with this brush, so let's see how much this picks up. Quite a bit. It's pretty. It's pretty. And the blush. Yes. And this is silver. See, now I like this. I can tell that this is my bronzer and this is my blush by looking at the packages. So I do appreciate it when a brand does that. And I'm just using the same brush. This is potent. So let me get on my lipstick. I'm going to do my hair and I will be back with final thoughts maybe. We started out with these eyeshadow palettes. I am dying to get into beachy because of these two. They have my heart looking at them. And then of course over here in earthy, that middle shade right there, this one. Yeah, I want to play with that too. It's full of sparkle. It's full of sparkle. So, you know, either I do what I did today and do that, or use it as a liner. Ooh, that'd be pretty with the eyelash glue on there and just pack it on there. I'm going to have to try that. Love these, of course, but also I wanted to point out that look at this tiny little travel. It's their switch mat. You know, the switch mat? Okay, well, this is a little one. The reason that I like the Sigma switch mat over something like this, I mean, this was good when it first came out. Everybody's like, yeah, yeah. And it really is great for my synthetic brushes, but I would never put a goat hair brush on this. But the Sigma is a silicone. Not saying Sigma approves of this because they're totally vegan, cruelty-free, don't believe in doing goat hair brushes at all. But I can take with the Sigma switch and just run my goat hair brush on here. I wouldn't be doing this all the time, but you know, I don't worry. If I just want to switch colors and use the same brush, I don't worry about that. To me, it's no rougher than taking a microfiber towel and going over it. So I just wanted to make you aware that Sigma does have a littler one. Look, it's a travel size 1. Isn't that cute? You know I love this, and I do want to get another shade of this because it's just a little tiny bit warm for me. I love it enough that I'll pay that again for the next shade down, and if I need to mix them together. It's just a beautiful foundation, and that's why I wanted to try the powder. Not so much. You probably got from watching me do it that I wasn't going to say I loved this, and it has nothing to do with the powder itself. The powder itself is just oh so fine. It is truly translucent, even though it doesn't look like it. It has this mesh right there, but it's the cap. If you're a brush powder girl, pay it no mind. This is a really great powder. If you're like me though, and you like to take a damp sponge with your powder and press it into your skin, you need to get this out of here. It doesn't pick up enough with that mesh in there. If you dump it into the cap, like I used to do the Becca, like I always have done with the Huda, it won't do that because look at it. See? This little design, which is actually ingenious, it's going to make it so this is a mess-free powder for you. It keeps me from getting the powder if I put it in here. I'm not going to take it back. It's a beautiful powder, but I won't reach for this as much. This mascara, truly, thank you whoever told me this, because I'm going to hang on to this wand after this is over. I think I only paid like $8 for this. If you really like to do your lower lashes and you typically make a mess, or maybe if you have hooded eyes and you don't like to go with your mascara, or maybe if you're just like putting on some sunscreen, going to the store, you don't want to get fully glammed up, this would be a good one. But your girl likes a little more pow with mascara, so that's not gonna be something that I use alone. These two I think are beautiful. They go on seamless like velvet. They really do feel velvety. Here is that one. I prefer my bronzers a little more cool than that, but it's not something that's horrible that I can't live with. And it is really velvety, so I really like that. And this blush is just so pretty. So pretty. Much more pigmented than you would think. Those are my thoughts. Tell me your thoughts below because you know I'm always interested in it. And you know I'm also interested in letting you know as much as possible that you're the best part of the Fritzy family. And that if you're not having a blessed day, the way you get one is to go be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya. Bye. And I'm out.
There must be like 50 different ways people can do their 50 ways to leave your lover. There must be 50 ways to leave your eyeshadow. Now I'm going to be singing that all day, I bet. You just slip out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. You don't need to be coy, Roy. We need to get going, because sooner or later, this stuff's going to catch me. Sooner or later, love is going to get ya. Sooner or later, love is going to wait. Sooner or later, I'm gonna be late. Sooner or later, no one thinks that's great at my doctor's office. And earlier I was talking to this idiot about this, and she looked me right in the eye from the mirror and said, I need a new shade. One that don't make me yellow, one that don't change anything else, but just the shade. I need a new shade. It says, Haus Tech powered, which they've trademarked. I don't know what that means. Does that mean it's gonna be like Monster powder? I'm in the spotlight, look at how I'm highlighted. Woohoo! Somebody call the paparazzi. I'm your biggest fan, I'll follow you until you love me. Paparazzi, we're in the wrong key, baby. Tell the truth, did you ever, like when you were a teenager, go up to your friends and go, I'm not gonna tell you why, just like you're just sitting there and all of a sudden you're like, just to see their reaction? Me either.